440s and 450 right before the 870, 850, and 870.
Little tour of my ham shack post-vacation. It's kind of dark. Can't use the... oh, hang on. I'll get a flashlight. Can't use the flash on the cell phone because I'm running internet off of it. But this is the ICOM 7410.
At 20 to 26. The temperature is 81 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's the ICOM 7000.
Weather system, KB510DS.
This selling was made in 2004.
I'm scanning local 2 meter, 77 meter repeaters, some simplex frequencies. This is an all-band radio. It does HF and everything else. It's a transceiver. You can transmit and receive. This is my ICOM 7410, which is a HF receiver, high frequency. It is also a transceiver. It transmits and receives. My favorite radio.
Series were made in 04, the 50s in 03, the 40s in 02.
These guys are talking from like Kansas, Oklahoma, California. They're on a there's a rag chew on 3930 every night, 80 meters. At night, in the morning, I usually just kind of listen. In the daytime, I'll talk to people, but at night, I'm just listening, much like on the trip out. This is my IT100 antenna tuner. It tunes the antenna I have hooked up to this radio. It's an 80 meter G5 RV, about 35 feet above the house. This is hooked to a vertical antenna about 30 feet. This is my Drake SW8 shortwave receiver. This is just a receiver. It does not transmit, but it receives all bands. And that's hooked to a 40 meter G5 RV, about 25 feet above the house. And this is what I do shortwave. It'll monitor all the ham bands that these receive and transmit on. But I mostly use it for shortwave, like China Radio International, Radio Romania. I used it for everything this summer.
W5RG repeater system.
This is my SEC 1235N power supply. Powers both these radios. This is my digital trunking scanner. I'm monitoring all kinds of stuff on there, all over the Rio Grande Valley. That's an encrypted frequency. But I got the airports, fire, police, EMS, UTV police, everything comes through here. The Valley International Airport, Harlingen Airport. Those are encrypted.
The 27, Jose Angel Ceballos Jr. Jose Angel Ceballos Jr. Date of birth 9/26 of 91. 9/26/91.
So I could pause it right there and just listen to them on that. What I like about this scanner is that I can program this light, different colors, blinking or flashing. Kind of lets me know without looking at the screen. I have solid blue is Brownsville PD. If I've got green, it's Border Patrol. Flashing blue is UTV police. I mean, there's a number of variations you can do, different color lights. I love this scanner. This is hooked to an antenna up about 35 feet above the house as well, so I can pick up stuff from a long range on this. This is
Good evening. The time is 22 hours 30. The temperature is 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is my Kenwood.
Help keep the repeater system active. Join stars today. Details at www.w5rtv.net. This is Kilo 5 Romeo Alpha Victor.
That's the local Brownsville. Well, that's a Rio Grande Valley repeater that's linked all over the valley, 147040. That antenna is up, I think, at 500 feet unless they changed it. And the tower is right next to the Academy off the expressway in Brownsville. Look over there, you'll see it. That's linked to repeaters in Harlingen, McAllen, all over the valley. So when I talk into that repeater, I can transmit all over the valley. This is a Kenwood THF6 all-band radio. It transmits on several bands. I use this when I'm, out and about. Great little radio. Does a lot, and it also does shortwave, everything else. This thing's awesome little radio, and it also transmits and receives. This is my Bofang UV200. I just charged it, so I don't want to turn it on. I want to save it. But this little guy does all the local repeaters. Does a lot of stuff for a little radio. I did the Drake, right? I also have another Bofang over here, and this one I've got various antennas for. I have an external microphone. I have the external microphone for the Kenwood too, so I can use it like a regular base radio. This is a great radio when traveling. I took it this summer. This is the N5 shortwave radio. Believe me, there were nights where I had nothing else. I used this. We're just traveling through somewhere. We're stopping real quick. I don't feel like setting any of the radio stuff up, and I use this. And there's all kinds of stuff you can listen to. It's a shortwave radio. I pick up signals out of China, Romania, Australia. This is a handheld version of that scanner over there, pretty much. Digital trunking scanner, so I can use that one out and about. What else? Well, no ham shack is complete without an indoor-outdoor temperature. I take that sucker with me wherever I go. And as far as I'm concerned, no ham shack is complete without a blizzard. I love this fan. We're sitting here, it just blows air out there. This is the new arrangement of my ham shack since I got back from summer. I have all the different amateur radio band plans up there, QSO cards, my licensees, some call signs of some local guys I talk to, and some frequencies and nets. Over here on this board I've got all the world call signs. I should have brought this with me on the trip. I forgot it, but sometimes you'll be talking and you'll hear some strange like Tango Kilo. You can't think of what country that is. A lot of these I have memorized, but some of the little more esoteric ones, it's nice to have that map. Same thing with the United States. It's broken up into the regions. Another band plan chart. Some other stuff. Everything's about ham radio in this part of the house. But, with this system here, I can monitor just about anything, and I do. And then I got my workstation right here, the computer. I don't have my big monitor on right now because Time Warner still can't get my internet off vacation mode. So I'm using my laptop, and the wireless through the cell phone is contacting me with the world right now. But normally this big station's going, and I can work and do radio all at the same time. It's kind of a nice spot. This is my ham shack post vacation. It's a little different design than it was when I left. I took all this down, put it all away. I brought this radio with me. You've probably seen it in a bunch of videos about the power supply, the external speaker. I brought the Drake with me. I used that quite a bit on the trip, a lot more than I thought I would. I will never go on a trip without bringing the Drake. That thing is a great radio, easy to set up and get going, kind of like that little radio up there if you just want to do a quickie. I did all kind of videos on running a long wire with the Drake. This is the receiver I used in Yellowstone on the second trip. I had that 100-foot wire out there. That's a pretty cool video. I ran a 100-foot wire into the trees and then used the Drake. It's pretty cool. But it's good to have this radio back. I had it stored in the closet in its box, and kind of the way I wanted it was when I got home. It's just still in pristine condition. No abuse to it. It's a base station HF radio. I try to keep it pretty nice. This radio, it came with me and didn't suffer any wear and tear. I kept it pretty nice, and I kept it covered, and I can't even tell I brought it. It still looks like new and still works good.
Well, I just put it in 6.5%. Just for grams, this is a general rule of thumb.
Trying to show you all the controls this radio has. Kind of dark in here, so you can't see it without the flashlight. I should just make the video during the day, but I just felt like making it now. This is an updated video of the ham shack post-vacation. I've got the radio locked in the Brownsville PD channel 3 right now, so I'm not scanning anything else, and just that. And that's the way it is with a scanner a lot of times. There's so much going on. You just have to pick up it used to be a frequency, now it's a channel or a talk group, and pause it there and just stay there and listen to only that. And then it's not such a confusing experience. It's kind of like you can listen and comprehend what's going on. So at nighttime I listen to the Brownsville PD. Not a lot going on right now. We're clear.